contribute you some in the conversation? You got it. Oh.
Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Grown Talk with Arrows. I'm here with a special guest coming straight from Fort Defiance, Arizona. My boy, I knew him for a couple of years now. We did several shows together. You guys all know him as one of the original comedians across the Native American country, and he's been in several movies. I'd like to welcome Ernie David Tsosie III.
Yeah.
Make some noise in the comment section below. So, Ernie did a show last night here in Albuquerque. We went to support him, and he did a really awesome job. He was one of the comedians along with some others that did really good job. But Ernie last night, he really did kill it. So I wanted to congratulate him on that show, man. You did a really good job.
Yeah, thanks.
And anytime you're in Albuquerque, when I'm in Albuquerque,
Yeah.
I'll come check it out and I'll support you.
Hey, I appreciate the support too.
Yeah, no doubt.
It actually feels good when you know you got some friendlies in the crowd, you know.
Yeah. So you just look at us when you're kind
man.
of feeling off.
Feel a little insecure.
Yeah, heard some of your jokes last night, some new ones, and I'm like, damn, this one's a real good one.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones was when you were saying, used to smoke a lot of weed when I was younger.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm all
Smoke so much weed in the 80s. I still have the munchies today.
Yeah. That's why they call it 420, because that's how much you're going to weigh.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's a good one. So here on the Grown Talk podcast, we just kind of want to shed light on some certain issues and then just give some people the motivation. And what I feel like I specialize in the Grown Talk podcast is I like to speak the truth and I let it, let it be known. So I kind of wanted just to bring you on here and then just ask some questions about the comedy game and as far as TV shows and being an entrepreneur and then also being in acting and being as far as Native American, a Native American man too. So I know there's a lot of kids out there who are interested in becoming an entrepreneur, maybe going into acting and doing shows and even wanting to be a comedian and stuff like that. So kind of wanted to just ask you some questions and stuff about that and see what we can give
Sounds
to the kids.
good, man. Yeah.
So I guess the first question is, I want the people to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to know when you started your comedian journey.
My journey as a performer started back in like 1994, probably. I was working. I had a day job, of course, like everyone else. I was an archaeologist. A lot of people
know
that about me. Yeah, I was a professional archaeologist before I got into performing.
You got a license and everything in that?
Yeah. So I went to college, studied anthropology and all that, and I was working for the Navajo Nation Historic Preservation Department. And,
wow.
Yeah.
So I need that someone to do the whole land thing around my house.
I used to do that, man, but I'm not licensed anymore, man. That was a long time ago.
But for real?
I did have my own archaeological company, surveying company, which I would do home sites and stuff like that. Yeah.
Snap.
Yeah. So, but and I thought that was my calling, but apparently I got bit by the acting bug, way back when. But I guess you could say my performing bug started back even when I was still in high school. I was like 16 or 17, and my mom was working in Washington, D.C. And after school one summer, I went to visit her for a couple of weeks when school was out. And I was just wandering around the streets of D.C., just kind of exploring on my own. And that's crazy how my mom let me walk the streets of D.C. at 16. But I came across a film set. They were shooting a movie in the streets of D.C. I mean, it was a big production. There's like hundreds of extras, and you couldn't miss it, man.
Wow.
Cameras all over the place,
You know what movie?
It was DC Cab, and it starred Mr. T. Remember Mr. T?
Yeah.
This was right after he was he did Rocky 3, so he was world famous, man.
Okay.
He was like the big star on that show, and I recognized him, of course, right off the bat. And there's a bunch of other actors, a lot of the 1970s TV actors, Max Gail, Gary Busey, who's an Oscar nominee for Buddy Holly's story. But he was on that set, and I recognized all these faces, man. I was like, holy smoke, there's so and so. And one of them was a comedian, Paul Rodriguez, he's still active today, and he was a young guy. And then Jay Moore, right here has the HBO show. He was there. All these guys are young actors back then. Anyway, so I was there all day long, man. I just watched them film and got to be an extra. And I'm actually in the film. I made it in The
Cab
very
movie?
ending, yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, there's a parade scene, big giant parade scene, and hundreds of actors, and everyone's like, and of course they had a whole parade like a real life parade. They had all these extras and a marching band, and in the movies, they don't just shoot the scene one time, man. They do multiple takes, so they would have to reset all those hundreds of people,
Oh, wow.
and back up, and they did that a few times, and it was an all day thing. But I'm standing there, and I saw myself in the movie when the credits are rolling, right? At the end of the movie, credits are going up. There's the parade's going by, and you'll see my little brown face go by.
On accident, or they meant to put you in there?
No, I was just an extra, but I made it in the shot. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because I hung out there all day long.
How did they get you to be an extra?
Anyone could just walk up.
Anybody?
Yeah, it was open to the public.
Snap.
Yeah, so I lucked out, man, and I got to be. And when they printed that scene, I was in there. And the thing is, check this out, right? It's a parade scene, right? Everyone's cheering, right? The director's like, all right, everyone, right? Start cheering. So everyone's like, yeah. Everyone's waving, it's like ticker tape parade, man. There's all but commotion going on. And people next to me are like, yeah, DC cab, And then there's my brown face. I'm not even doing nothing, just standing there. And I'm looking directly in the camera, which is what you don't do,
For real? So if we go on YouTube and pull it up, then we can probably find it.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll find that scene, but the movie, at the very end of it, it actually showed on TV not too long ago, like on Showtime or whatever.
Yeah.
And as an actor now, right, I see myself, I'm like, do something. Don't just stand there, you idiot.
You get residuals for that?
Nah, yeah, no, I wish. But anyway, so that's kind of, I got bit by that bug, and but I didn't know it until way later in life, shoot ahead to a few years, after I'm an adult, I'm out of school and all that stuff, and they were auditioning for Geronimo, right? Remember Wes Studi played Geronimo?
Yeah.
So they came through Winter Rock auditioning the movie people, and me and have older cousin, we're always fantasizing about making Powell Highway 2 and stuff, big fans of native filming, native actors and whatnot. And so both him and I went and auditioned for Geronimo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we sucked. Of course, we never got in, but.
So, and then Wes Studi got it?
Yeah, I mean, we auditioned for these secondary roles,
Oh, yeah, okay.
But the point is, I kind of got bit by the bug, man,
Mm-hmm.
And this was when I was, but you see, in my mind, we're talking about, being an entrepreneur. In my mind, I had that I call it res rut thinking, man, that there's Native Americans can't be professional actors, they can't be stars, or they can't be in the movies, just, maybe just those cheap little roles,
Right.
And that was my thinking, until I don't know where something came along where I just kind of got out of that thinking. I said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot, man. Gary Farmer was a big influence on me as an actor, because he was a big guy, and he was in the movies, and he's a real Indian.
Mm.
So he kind of really inspired me. Well, if he can do it, then why can't I? Was my thinking, and that was the beginning of my journey, I guess. And when I was in college studying, I went back to school for anthropology. Mm-hmm. And I took an acting class in college, right, just to try it out.
How old were you when you took the first acting class?
I'm going to say like maybe my early 20s, probably, yeah.
Okay.
Probably like maybe 22 or so. So, but the thing is, man, I had stage fright, right? Mm. And I didn't find that out until I got into acting class. And in acting class, your final exam is to perform. So you pick a monologue from a movie or a play, 2-minute monologue, right? Memorize it, and you get up and you perform in front of your classmates. And when it came down to that, man, I couldn't do it, man. I was too nervous, everyone's looking at me, it shut me down. I couldn't remember my lines,
What scene did you choose?
Oh man, I can't remember the scene. It was so traumatizing, I forgot. But I just know I couldn't do it, man. And multiple tries, and I would get so far and just might go blank, man, because I was so nervous, man.
Is there a lot of non-natives there?
No, I was the only Indian.
Oh snap!
Yeah, bunch of white folks mainly.
Where was this at?
Kids, Tucson. Came to college, yeah. And I couldn't do it, and I just walked off stage, man. And I left that class that day, man, and I dropped out.
For real? Yeah. How long were you taking that class?
Man, I must have been taking it for a while, because we were doing maybe your first final exam, Up until then, it was pretty fun, you play a bunch of games and stuff. But when it came to actual putting the work in and acting, I couldn't do it, man. I had stage fright.
Damn.
And so I dropped out, man. I failed. You know, it was a epic fail. And I just continued on with my anthropology studies. And then I after I got done with that, I went back to Navajo Nation. That's when I got my job to start preservation. So I worked for 3 years, had a good job. But that was eating away at me, man, that failure. And I couldn't let it go, man. I was like, man, what the heck is wrong with me, you know? I was kind of beating myself up, like, come on, you chicken, what the freak, you know?
Yeah.
Self-talk, you know. And it got to the point where this is kind of what drew me back into it. I had a boss of mine. He was a white guy. You know, we're more drinking buddies than anything, you know.
Yeah.
But he's still my boss, you know. And he knew my dream of becoming an actor, you know, or trying to go that route. And then one day, I had a bad week or something, and he called me into his office, man, just to kind of give me a talking to, you know. Something happened or whatever, and we kind of got into it, like a little verbal argument. And we're close enough where he's not gonna fire me for that, you know. But he was like, he got real honest with me. He goes, "Hey, man, what's going on with you?" You know. And plus I was drinking, I was alcoholic, you know. So I had all kind of issues going on. And then he said this to me. He goes, "Is it because you know you're not gonna be an actor?" He goes, "That's what he told me, you know." So he had decided for me that I'm not good enough to be an actor, you know, in his mind.
Yeah.
And it didn't hit me till later, but I was like, nah, that's not it, you know. But then those words, I thought back after that day and next day, a couple days after, and I said, I wonder what he meant by that, man. You know, his voice kept playing in my mind, you know. Is it because you know you're not going to be an actor? It was his words to me. And I said, I started getting pissed off, man, you know. Like, who the freak is this guy, man, to decide if I'm good enough or not, you know? He decided my career for me, you know. And it just, it didn't sit well with me. So I'm glad he said that to me, because from those words, I said, that's it, man. I'm turning in my 2-week notice. I'm going to go back to school. I'm gonna jump all the way into drama, theater, right? I was studying anthropology then, acting. And I gave him a 2-week notice, man. He was like, "You're crazy, man." You're basically saying you're stupid.
Wow.
You know, you got a family to support. You're going after this pipe dream, you know. But I didn't listen, man. I said, yep, this is it. And I'm giving my 2-week notice. So I'm going back to school. I'm going to study theater. I'm going to do it. So he, in a way, his negative words, man, really was my catalyst, man, to pursue acting full time, you know. So that's how it started, man. So I went back to college again, and I was in theater program, all acting, anything to do with acting, even behind, you know, technical stuff, stage. I worked in the theater for about 3 years, you know, just doing productions, auditioning here and there. But I had to take acting class again, you know. I had to get back in there, and this time that little voice, man, like I did the show last night. I got heckled right off the bat, and the voice was coming from my own mind. I was heckling myself, you know. That's true, man. That's how I felt, you know. But I didn't listen to that. I didn't listen to that voice this time, man. You know, I got in there with a new attitude, changed my thinking. One thing that really helped me out to overcome that stage fright was, okay, this is a job, man. Acting's a job. I want it. I want to be an actor. I got to do the work, man. I got to get in front of people. I got to be comfortable with that. You know, I got to perform.
Right.
So once I just did that little tweak in my thinking, it worked, you know, and I was able to get on stage and perform. When you're in college, you can audition for plays, you know. So I got into some college productions. I did about maybe 3 or 4 plays that year, and I was in school for a little over 3 years. And with that time, I was doing, they would bring in like professional acting companies, and they would cast student actors as part of it. So I got training that way too. So my first big play was called 13 Days. It was a play that dealt with the Zapatistas in Mexico, the indigenous people that were getting bullied down there. So I got back into it full. I jumped in with both feet, you know, faced my fears, stage fright, and I still had that, but again, I changed my thinking. That allowed me to go ahead and get over that. And so I did those professional plays as a student actor, working with professional actors, you know. And I got used to being on stage. I got used to being in front of people. And I just did that, man, for next 3 years of college. And then my last year of college, we our college signed up for this college theater competition. So we did a play in Phoenix with a bunch of other Arizona colleges, regional colleges. And while I was there, I got an audition for a professional play for the Actors Theater Phoenix. It was a play called Katsina, which had Hopi characters. It was based on a book I think it was called Sun Chief or something. Anyway, the play was called Katsina, and it was being produced professionally by the Actors Theater Phoenix, which is now defunct. But I auditioned, I got cast.
Nice.
They picked me up. So the thing I had to make a choice though: continue college, my theater study, or take on this profession of my first pro job. And,
How long was that one for? The job?
It's about 8 weeks. Like a production of a play. You rehearse for maybe 6 weeks, and you have a run for maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
So I took the play, man. And I
They were paying you too, right?
I was getting paid.
Oh, okay, that's good.
That's my first paying job as an actor. So I get a weekly check, and they put you up. I was like, felt like I was a movie star, man. Real nice hotel, and they pay for 8 weeks, man. They take care of you, and you just do your job.
What was your role?
I played a character Namaste, which was like a kind of a father figure to the lead role, kind of like almost like his grandfather, but kind of in the spirit form. So I would come in these flashbacks of the main character, as his kind of like the guy's wisdom, his like how we think about, yeah, man, my Che told me this, or my Masana told me these words, so I could play that voice of this lead role. It was cool, man, and I got to meet they brought in professional actors from New York City, from Los Angeles, and these are native professional actors too. So from that, for example, Greg Zaragoza, him and I became really good buddies on that, and we're still friends today. This was back in '96 we did this, and to this day we're still in contact.
Nice. It's a long friendship.
Yeah, he was on Broadway, he did all these. He was on TV. He was in Last of the Mohicans. He has a role in that. So I was a big fan of his. And now we're friends. So it's one of those choices you just make. Now if I didn't go back to school based off of my fear and whatnot, I would have never had all these awesome experiences.
Right.
As an actor.
So you have zero regrets.
Zero regrets, man. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So it is what it is, man. And I'm a professional actor today, and of course comedy came in, and that was just another. You get to have your cake and eat it too. Be an actor and a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
So now I just need to start singing. I'll be a triple threat.
Yeah, triple threat.
But yeah, so that's kind of how I got started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. That's a really good. I never knew all of that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But see, the thing is, comedy, I still had stage fright. Right? Even though I did all those plays and stuff, it was still there, man. So I did comedy as another self-challenge to continue to overcome that in a more intimate way, because stand-up comedy, man, it's it's just you and the world,
Right.
It's kind of a little different from theater acting. So I did that, and comedy really kind of just took me to the next level as far as performing. You're forced to face your fears, man.
So
And that turned out to be a good thing too. I made a deal with myself. First time I got on stage for comedy, if I did bad, if I bombed, I would never try it again. I'd just continue pursuing acting. But I did good.
Right.
So I continued both acting and comedy.
So do you kind of feel like it kind of being a comedian, does it kind of get in the way of some of the roles that you could actually get, or is it kind of...
No, it actually helped me get more movie roles. Yeah, so I was kind of worried about that, because I was pursuing acting, and I thought, well, if comedy took off for me, and that became my mainstay, man. It was how I was paying the bills. Was comedy, so I couldn't really deny that. Because acting is very, man. It's, for a native actor, it's hard to get your door, get your even a toenail in the door. It's few and far between, man. For me personally, there's actors, of course, that have made it. They call them go-to Hollywood Indians, man. They're getting all the roles, for the native part. But for a character actor like me, as a native, it's pretty tough, man, to get into the Hollywood scene, if they say are professional, movie making, TV, and that kind of stuff. So I kind of fit there too, because I could continue performing in comedy, and then whenever I can audition for acting role, I can still do that too. Right. But I think comedy has led to opportunities in acting for me. Yeah. So they I can't put one above the other, man. They've both been good to me. Right. Yeah.
You never ever. Did you ever want to do something else besides like the acting and comedy, like just to add it, like you said, triple threat? If you sing, did you ever want to try something else? Yeah,
man. I always wanted to be a musician of some sort. Yeah. But man, I don't think I have physical capabilities of keeping time, or
Yeah.
I might be tone deaf. I don't even know.
I'll play a
know,
beat. Let's hear some verses.
Like I try to learn the guitar. So,
Yeah.
I get all fired up, inspired for about maybe a week or two.
And then just
Then
yeah.
my guitar sister like, come on, man.
That makes sense.
But I think the triple threat for me now is just writing.
Writing.
You know.
Right. What are you writing?
Like I have an idea for a like it could be a sitcom, could be episodic, like a TV. I describe it as Curb Your Enthusiasm meets the Res. I don't know if you've ever seen Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I don't think I have.
It's a hilarious kind of a dark comedy. What's the guy's name? Larry. Got the guy's name Larry something. But anyway, it's hilarious, man. If you watched any of those episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm, this guy's always getting him into some kind of predicament, right? Some kind of shenanigans, without even trying,
That'd be really cool to work on something like that.
Yeah. So I'm kind of developing that idea right now with a friend of mine, producer friend of mine. We're seeing if we can, maybe get a pilot going or something. I don't know. Everything's about pilots now, but it's got to be really fine tuned, and it's got to be top-notch writing,
Yeah.
I'm kind of what I call a primitive writer. I have no like formal training in writing, but I kind of know how it goes, the basics, as far as like creating a script or a drama, It's all about obstacles. What makes drama in a movie, is in the first 10 minutes the characters, everything's going fine, and just, boom, he runs into something,
Yeah.
He gets, his wife gets killed, or he gets thrown in prison or whatever.
Now he's running from the cops.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
So that turns the story into another direction.
What would be one really cool first 10 minutes of a pilot for Reyes edition, kind of?
Probably like it's got to be really catch your audience, man, right off the bat,
Right.
So it's got to be, if you're doing comedy, it's got to be hilarious, man. Like if you watch Friends, right, the first episode of Friends is freaking hilarious, and that's what captures your audience. So it's got to be something really tight and really good,
Maybe a finger in a burrito.
Yeah,
Cut off burrito.
That'd be the Quentin Tarantino method.
Just chewing on a thumb.
Exactly.
So I know a lot of places that me and Jerickson go to, they always recognize one of us.
Okay.
And then they ask, "Hey, where's Jerickson?" Or, "Hey, where's your Munson?" Does it still happen to you with you and James?
Yeah, it sure does, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always, man. Hey, man, where's the other guy? Where's James? Sometimes they call me James.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know who this is right here, this is Ernie, not
Ernie.
James. Ernie.
Yeah. But I answer to both.
If you ask Ernie or James for a picture, he'll take both of the
Yeah,
pictures.
take both.
Yeah, it happens to me and Jerickson a lot.
Yeah.
Always asking about Jerickson every time I'm there. Where's Jerickson? Last night I was on live for 3 hours, dude. Yeah, from like 12 all the way to 3 in the morning.
Jeez, man.
And they were saying, "So where's Jerickson? No more videos with Jerickson." And then I was just with Jay that day too.
I know they don't see you together for a few minutes, man. Hey, what happened?
Yeah, they think we got in an argument and we broke up or something.
Yeah.
So I heard you mention that you were used to drink a lot back in the day.
Yeah, man. I've been sober 20 years. This coming March will be 20 years. Yeah.
20 whole years.
20 years, man.
Did that kind of affect your progress in acting? And
sure did. I lost my first professional TV gig because of drinking.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. I got cast in remember back in the, I think it was maybe the early 2000s, late 90s. Tony Hillerman. They're doing they're making movies of the week out of Tony Hillerman books. Thief of Time, Skinwalkers. There's these famous books that all take place on the Navajo Nation. The setting and the characters are all Navajo, and they're big back in the Tony Hillerman, man. He got huge, man, as an author, book writer. So they started making movies out of his books, and it came through. Of course, PBS picked up.
Okay.
They made they 3 of them: Skinwalkers, Thief of Time, and then the third one. And of course, Adam Beach and Wes Studi played those lead characters. So I got cast in Skinwalkers as a secondary role, supporting role, as a sheriff or cop, chief of police or something. And I got the job, man. Got the gig, Agent called me up, "Hey, man, they got you. You're in. Right on, man." And I think I don't know, man. 2 weeks later, man, I was my family left. I was living down in Mesa, so my agent was down there, and I got this acting job, man. My first professional TV show, and I started drinking. I went out partying one night.
Celebrating?
Yeah, not celebrating that, but celebrating that my family left me home alone. And I got drunk, man. Got into trouble. Got arrested. Got DUI, and got in a fight. Got beat up.
Oh, wow.
All in one night, man. And I was supposed to film like maybe 2 weeks later, maybe a week later,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't, man. Face is all jacked up.
Oh, damn.
And I had to call my agent, just tell him a lie, got in a car wreck, whatever, and I said, man, face has got some damage. And he's like, oh, shoot. And he goes, well, let me call the casting people and see what they say, And this was the most humiliating, one of the most humiliating moments of my life. I had to go to that movie set. They're already filming, right, scenes. And I had to meet the director and, the producers. And they looked at my face, right? And they're like, sorry, can't use you. And that was it, man. Just like that, taken away, dreams gone. And man, I went into depression, from that, because that was it, man. That was kind of, to me, that was my big break, I threw it away, man, because of drinking, because of alcoholism. And man, I was down probably over a year, man. I was depressed, just miserable at home, just. But I still kept sober though. I didn't go back to drinking. That incident, man, just made me hate alcohol, like with a passion. Hated it. And this is after years of trying to quit too. And but that was sometimes, man, you gotta hit rock bottom, man, to overcome addiction like that.
Right.
And below that is death, man. That's the only way you beat it, man. You either quit or you die. That's how you beat alcohol or any kind of addiction. So I chose to give it up, to quit. And March 2002 was when I had my last drink and haven't touched it since.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time, dude. Congrats.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. But it was that I had to go down to the lowest, form of freaking humiliation.
Yeah, me and Jerickson always stress to people who watch our videos that him and I don't drink alcohol, and we encourage like all the people who are watching to not mess with it, because we already know that it destroys families, destroys opportunities. Like, yo, this is Ernie right here, and his story is just it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's real.
That was the thing, man. My wife, that was her last straw too. She was, I want a divorce.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she wanted to divorce me, man. And I had 2 kids, 2 young kids, and I didn't want that, So that was another thing. So okay, alcohol, man, I hate you. You're never gonna humiliate me again. You're never gonna, make me feel that low again. So I turned alcohol into my enemy, like almost in a literal sense. That thing wants to kill me, man. That thing hates me, Why would you like? Let's say someone killed your family member, a murderer, right? And you can go party with him, you go drink with him, and have fun with him. Heck no, right? You're gonna stay away from that person. So that's kind of how I looked at alcohol after that, man. It became a literal enemy in some sense. And to this day, man, that thing is still my enemy. Yeah.
We always tell our listeners and our subscribers that if they have an addiction to alcohol or something, that they should seek help, or at least stop drinking, or just like if you can't just go cold turkey. I mean, like once a day just to help you get away from it. Like, I don't know. Did you go cold turkey?
I did. I went cold turkey, but before that though, like I said, I was trying to sober up. I went to rehab. When I was a teenage alcoholic though. That's the thing.
Oh wow.
My dad was an alcoholic. He's the one that showed me how to drink, and I think he gave me my first drink. My dad. He was drunk at the time. He didn't know it, but he let me sip some beer or something, So I started young, man. I started drinking. I was like in 7th grade, maybe.
Oh,
like first time I got drunk.
Wow. In school?
Cousin, yeah.
In school?
Not in school, man. But I had an older cousin. My dad would party, right? And sometimes I'd be with him, and we'd come home next day, whatever, and he'd have beer, and my job was to hide it from my mom, He went inside and, dealt with my mom, and meanwhile he'd be like, hey man, can go take this beer and go hide it in the storage or whatever, So that was my job. And that's so, I was exposed to alcohol, man, from a young age, and so it wasn't a big deal. And of course, eventually you're gonna start trying it out yourself, Yeah. And that's what happened to me, and that's kind of how I started. So I went to rehab early, 19 years old, man. I was already an alcoholic, and I went to long-term rehab 2 years, and still came out of that and fell off the wagon again, like maybe a year later. Drank for another 10 years or so,
Dang.
Until I finally, cold turkey, man, just gave it up after that incident.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, it gets really real when you're almost about to lose your whole family and your career's on the line too, huh? Well, if for those of you guys who are watching right now, I'm here with Ernie, and we're just chilling over here in Albuquerque at the office, and we're
Grown Talk, man.
Grown Talk with Arrows podcast, and we're just chilling, man. We're just gonna have a conversation here. If you guys want to follow Ernie's social media, I'll put it in the descriptions below. So if you guys want to check out his Instagram or his Ernie's Good Medicine YouTube channel, the link will be down below. And if you guys want to donate anything monetary or whatever, you can hit me up on my Cash App, which is $Jermunson. Very simple. I wanted to ask, what was one of the biggest roles that you, one of your biggest breaks?
My biggest role to date, it was getting on to Better Call Saul.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that's a hit show. It's still on now, but I got to do 2 episodes in season 2 and 3, I think. Played the character of Carl, which was the lead character of Mike. I was his coworker at the parking stand there.
Yeah. That was here in Albuquerque too.
Yeah, I was here in Albuquerque.
Was it too far from right here?
No, man, right down the road. Yeah.
It's right down the road,
man.
huh? Yeah,
so
I remember that spot.
Man, that was a big moment for me, man, because that show was huge, and I got to trade lines with Jonathan Banks, man. That guy's a bona fide movie star, So it was awesome. He was nice, man. Just a real cool dude, man. Made me feel real comfortable. I was nervous,
When was the last one you did?
Man, that was it, man.
That was it.
2018. That was the last really pro acting job I had, and then the pandemic hit. But right now I'm starting to get auditions, So I've been auditioning kind of a lot lately.
Oh, you have been?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in Albuquerque. Movies and series and shows.
Yeah, I heard they're gonna be working on another one here pretty soon, where Tatanka got the lead role of being an FBI agent.
Yeah, man, that's a big one. Martin Scorsese.
Yeah,
that's big time.
Yeah. Did you audition for anything there?
No, I didn't get nothing for that one. No reason for that. But there's some other stuff that's going on that's cool. A lot of native. There's a new native series, Reservation Dogs on FX.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
I read for that one, and it's fun just to have a chance at that.
Oh, you read for that one too?
I read for it, but I didn't get the part, man. They give to one of the, I call him the main, the new West Studi,
Oh yeah.
Zon McLaren. That guy's getting all the roles.
For real? Who's that?
He's a guy that he was in Longmire. He's in a bunch of movies, man. He's
he's
the current go-to Indian, if you're looking for an Indian character, man, that guy's
you gotta go to him, huh? That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to all those guys who got those roles, man. They're gonna kill it.
It's good to see natives out there, man, in these mainstream TV shows, man, and movies.
Yeah, I mean it's about time, man. Everybody's been working for it for so long, Like we need to.
Yeah.
That's what I stress every time I'm on Grown Talk. I'm always talking about natives supporting natives, and I feel like if you go out into the world in a different scenery other than just a bunch of natives, then you can probably make something happen for yourself.
That's right, man.
And that's one of the journeys that you're on right now too, right?
That's it. And the thing is, 20 years I've been doing comedy. I'll be celebrating 20 years, but it took me 20 years, man, to get the courage to go mainstream. So I've been in training for 20 years now, and this pandemic kicked me into high gear, man, and no more messing around, man. No more cowering in the corner. I call it my res rut.
Yeah.
And now I have a whole new confidence and just a new desire to perform.
Your family support you on that too?
Oh yeah, yep. My wife, and I got 4 kids. I got 4 kids and 1 wife. Well, no, they support me. My wife's been with me even before I was a performer in acting, so she knows. She's been with me since even before my dream of being a performer started. So yeah, they back me up. Yeah,
that's pretty dope, man. I saw I watched your last 2 shows here in Albuquerque, and that's more of like a mainstream setting for you.
Yeah, that's mainstream, man. Yep.
Yeah, because I remember back in school when I seen you perform, and when I performed you in school, like your jokes are completely different now.
More res centered,
Yeah.
For a res audience, which is nothing wrong with that, man. But I'm taking it to the next level, which is, I want to be all over, not just on the res, not just Native America, but America.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we were listening to your jokes last night, and they were a lot different from the other comedians. The other comedians were really good. They were really funny, but a lot of the things they were saying is about sex and drugs and drinking and stuff. But yours is yours kind of covers a lot of different topics and stuff.
Just humor.
Yeah, and it's just like relatable to anybody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And that's my goal, man, to make people laugh no matter what color their skin is.
Yeah, it was really unique, and we were like, damn, he did a real good job when we were driving home. Yeah.
I was proud of myself,
Obviously, last night was a really good show. Kind of wanted to see what, let the people know, like, that follow you, what other events that you have coming up here pretty soon.
Okay, yeah, glad you asked, man. I got me and Isaiah Yazzie, we founded Res City Improv, which is our improv comedy group there, just him and I. 2-man improv. But in the beginning, we had like there's about 5 of us. We were doing improv shows. So we put that show didn't happen for about 2 years now. You know, we kind of we're doing real good out of Gallup. We're doing like a show, maybe 1 show a month for free, just for the community.
Oh, dang.
We did that for over a year, and we built up a real nice following. And then he went his own way, and you know, life happens. You know what I mean? So we quit doing the Red City Improv, and then the pandemic hit, and now it's been over 2 years.
Wow.
So we're bringing that show back August 14th, Gallup Downtown Conference Center. We're gonna do Red City Improv. We're gonna resurrect it.
Resurrect the Res Improv.
So yeah, check it out, man. If you're around, August 14th, 2021, 7 p.m. Downtown Conference Center. $10 this time though.
Okay, you charged for real?
Per seat, yeah, $10 per seat.
Okay.
You know, come on, you've been saving up for a year.
For reals. All that hardship money you got in the bank saved up.
Yeah. So we're gonna Isaiah. You know, he's like everyone else, man. You know, that was a performer, man. They had no work, so he's barely trying to get back into it again. You know.
Yeah.
Performing mindset. You know, have to get a real job. But he's looking forward to it.
So you're gonna have the flyer on your social media too?
Yeah, I have it's up now. In fact.
Oh,
yeah,
it is.
If you go to Red City Improv on Facebook, it's up there. It's on my Facebook, on Instagram, and we have another guy joining us, man. Cody Dove. He's based out here in Albuquerque, but he's a professional improv player. He studied at Second City Improv. You know, that's where a lot of the Saturday Night Live people got their start. You know?
Oh, dang, that's cool.
And Isaiah has Second City Improv training as well. So that's big time training there. You know.
Damn.
And he taught me, man. So I have Second City, you know.
The crumbs.
Yep. The crumbs, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys are not doing anything on August 14th, make sure you guys go check out that show in Gallup, New Mexico at 7.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's going to be dope. I've been to one before.
Yeah, that's what we did. The four square there.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
That's improv, man. That's one of the games that we play. It's called short form improv because there's long form and there's long form improv and then short form.
Yeah, I didn't even know what to say when you and I went up there, man. I just started talking. I was like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. Damn, I should have said this.
I know, man.
I really wanted to get up there and cuss and be like.
That's the beauty of improv, man. You know, it's in the moment. You
know?
It makes you a better performer. It makes you, you know, witty. That's what I love about it, man. And when I did that whole year of improv with Isaiah, maybe I don't know, actually it's been more than a year. We started it back in, man, we must have done that show for about 3 or 4 years maybe. It's that old. And man,
you guys never charged until this time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my comedy got better. My acting got sharper. You know, that's what improv does, man. It improves you.
Okay.
It's scary, yeah, but it makes you better.
Yeah, I was tripping out, and then when me and Jane went up there, I was like, man, I know this is gonna be good, so I just put my hand over.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, that's a choice you made, right?
Yeah.
And it worked, man, because you know he's. I watched it, and Jay's character's like, I know he took your neck, but did he take your voice?
Yeah. Dude, he sucked the voice out my neck.
That was hilarious, man.
I was thinking he was gonna say something like, because he said I had a hickey.
Yeah,
He's like, is that from your boyfriend or the medicine man or something? If you had a choice to tour with one of these famous comedians, like nationwide, like who would you want to go with?
Well, I just now befriended a mainstream comedian, Steve Simone. He's mainstream, man, but him and he's a Christian brother, and he's also a professional comedian. So I would like to hop on with his tour.
Okay.
The guy goes all over, man. He's big time.
Is he really?
Yeah, so he took me under his wing, and he's helping me out.
Nice.
So I just talked to him last night. You know, I told him he knows about the show that happened last night. Before I went on, he's like, hey man, good luck with your show.
Nice.
So he's trying to help me get on like satellite radio, comedy stations, you know.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm saying, man. Moving up to the next level, you know, and just people, man, coming into my life that all God's timing, you know, that are helping me out. My friend here in town is helping me do some stuff. You know, I was talking to you about that professional, just up in my professional profile, you know.
Yeah, I believe in you, dude. Last night, like when I was listening to those jokes that you had, it was real good, man. So, other than being a comedian and other than being an actor, you're also a dad, father.
Yeah, man. I have 4 kids. 2 older adult kids. My son, my firstborn, I call him. I joke about him being a brand new dad, and his name is Taylor. He has his own family down in Mesa.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I am I'm a nully one-time Nully.
Mm-hmm.
I have a grandson. His name is Maximus. Strong name.
Nice.
Yeah. He's like, I think he just turned 4 or 5 even. But yeah, he's a good little kid. So that's my son, and I got a daughter here in Albuquerque. She's working to get her master's degree in counseling. So smart, man.
Nice.
She's the smart one.
Yeah.
Then we got my wife and I joke around. We got 11-year age gap between our next set of kids.
Dang.
11 years, man. That's a long time. Right?
You would have had a kid right in between there.
Had 2 more, man. Yeah, but so I have a sophomore and then a 5th grader.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 boys. So I have 3 boys and 1 girl.
Nice.
Yep. And then my wife, and yeah, so we've been together for, it will be 27 years in February, but more like 31 years. We have a few years of res, taking it for a test drive.
Just seeing if it works.
Yeah, see if it works.
That's pretty cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good little family there. That's pretty good.
It's
So,
awesome.
one of your kids wants to be a comedian or pursue acting. Like, what would you say to one of your
Man,
kids?
that's a good question because I would tell him get an education, man. Get your college education first. If that comes, performing, so be it. But I want to recommend actually going for that, man. You know what I mean? I'd rather have them have a solid, college degree in something. If it's gonna be like a degree in theater, then fine. But I want to really recommend going for that unless it's a hard knock life, man. Trying to be a professional performer. I would try to steer a young person into a more, engineering or medical field or law, whatever, what I mean, rather than saying, yeah, go for it, man. Because and this is from my own experience. It's tough, man. It's kind of like a sink or swim, or we're in that less than 1%. Like look at the what we call movie stars. Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington, right? They're like maybe 1% of all actors, like professional actors, right? Just 1% of them are what we call movie stars that are making millions of dollars. And that 1%, you look at the Native American actor, he's even way less than that. He's just a fraction of that 1%. So it's like winning the lottery, man. It's tough, man. Like I've been pursuing now acting since, like I said, 96 was my first professional acting job, and I still haven't made it. What I consider a working actor, making a full-time living out of it. And there are actors out there that are doing it, native actors, but it's all a big old, I won't say gamble, man. It's tough, man.
You gotta be like really, really, you want it, huh?
And then there's of course there's the looks, there's Hollywood is a weird thing, sometimes they'll hire you because you look somehow.
Yeah.
They'll hire you because you don't look somehow. They'll, like talent, it seems like it doesn't really matter these days, man. Like I consider myself a decent actor. I got training in that, but that's not gonna get me a job. I've auditioned for so many stuff that I fit the bill of the character description, right, perfectly. Even like a Navajo character, right, but I still don't get the job. So even maybe I'm too Navajo, or maybe I'm not Navajo enough.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's an enigma, man. Trying to figure out Hollywood and how they work, how they operate. So now I learn how just to audition, do my best I can, and then just leave it at that, man. And if I don't get the part, fine, there'll be another audition. It used to eat me up, like shit, come on, man, how come I can't get in? Get all frustrated and whatnot. I'm past that point now. So I audition, and that's all I can do is just try.
Right.
Do the best I can on my end, and if they choose me, cool. If not, then cool. I'm gonna keep on going.
No doubt.
Yeah, I guess
that's all we can do.
To put it this way, you gotta take rejection real well, man. In Hollywood, if you're gonna become an actor, man, you're gonna get rejected probably 100 times out of 1. You know what I mean? Maybe 1,000 times before you get a yes.
So, is it your main goal to become Hollywood famous as an actor, or what is your main goal?
It used to be when I was young.
Yeah.
That's just young mind thinking, though. Now, my main goal is to provide for my family.
Right.
To pay the bills, man. To have the things that people want, and to have a happy life or whatever. Whether it's a house or it's a vehicle, but just to live off it, make a living off my skill set.
Yeah.
That's my goal now. I don't care about being famous. I don't consider myself a celebrity, on any degree. I might be well known on the res, man, but the majority of the world have no clue who I am. And I'm fine with that. I'm not in it to be famous or even rich. Rich to me now is just is the experiences. That's what's wealthy for me, man. I love the experiences I have, so far. And money, yeah, everyone wants to have money, but you hear about all these millionaire movie stars that commit suicide. They got millions of dollars in the bank, man, but they're not happy. Like Robin Williams and Anthony Bourdain, right? These famous chefs, and even the guy from Lincoln Park, Chester. They all took their own lives, man, and they had millions of dollars in the bank. So that right there says that money's not happiness, So taking that into consideration, I just want to make a comfortable living, provide for my family,
right?
Doing what I do, which is comedy and acting.
Yeah,
if I can do that, that's cool.
That's really impressive that you're able to do this for 20 plus years and still be able to provide for your family.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Comedy's been paying my bills, man, and acting when I do get a job, that helps out too.
I know you got to get going here in a little bit, but I wanted to know if you think that Earth is flat or if Earth is round.
Nice. I'm definitely not a flatter.
You're not a flat earther?
Is that what they call them?
You a flat earther?
Yeah, flat earther. Round, dog. I flew to Italy, man. We flew over.
Yeah?
We didn't fly straight like this over the land.
When you were going up, did you have to come back down? And then when you're going straight again, you go back down like this again?
Yeah. Well, when you fly to Italy, like you think the Earth, right? You're going to fly. We're on the side, right? America. You think you're going to fly like this.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's shorter to go over the top. Like a ball. We don't fly like this way. We flew over like the North Pole.
Yeah.
And it's like 2,000 miles,
shorter.
Yeah, man.
But did you still go up like this and then go back down?
Yeah, we went up like this. I saw it with my own eyes.
I went to New York a couple of weeks ago, and when I was looking outside, I was like, man, this is flat.
It does look flat now. Like,
yeah.
Especially when you're flying over like Texas, man. It's just flat.
But the sun and the moon, I'm one of the people who thinks that the sun and the moon is the same size.
Oh, yeah, we were one of those. Huh?
Yeah. I'm like, if you look at it, they're the same exact size. Just because someone said one is bigger than the other, that's like, my eyes is not deceiving me right now. When I look into the sky, sun and moon, the same exact size. But, I know Jay is always looking for Bigfoot. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
I believe that there is something out there, a biological creature.
Yanny?
Could be Yanny, could be people link it with like aliens or whatever. I don't believe that part of it, but I do with the physical evidence that's been left behind. Mainly just footprints, right?
Yeah.
And then of course I want to know why they're always blurry, man. With the technology we have, it seems like we'll have a 4K picture of Bigfoot by now.
Yeah, I mean Jay's drone flies 4K.
Yeah, and if you're gonna film Bigfoot, don't be zooming in and out, man. We keep it in one.
That's all they do, huh? There's
man.
And they're all
trying to focus in. You're like,
you gotta make up your mind. You're gonna look at it with your eyes, or you're gonna look at it with your phone. You can't do both of them.
Yeah, there's something out there, But I think it is a biological creature if there is,
Yeah.
Because the world is, man. Like there's stuff that's out there that we don't, human beings are so, I don't know if we're so arrogant that we think we know everything. But there's parts of our earth that no humans ever set foot on or eyes on, for that matter. And there's creatures out there that we haven't even discovered yet. So
What are some of your hobbies?
I do carpentry.
Uh-huh.
So check this out. I have a certificate in carpentry right from here in Albuquerque, what used to be which is now Central New Mexico. C&M used to be TVI, which was a technical vocational institute.
Oh, really?
I got certified in carpentry. So in my younger years, man, I was thinking I was going to do carpentry for the rest of my life, as a career. I framed for 2 summers building houses, 2 summers, 3 summers in Tucson, Arizona. And I was like, nope, I got to find a new career, man, because I ain't doing this for the next 30 years, It was hard work and it was tough, But I still do carpentry. It's a hobby. I like building tables and just, working with wood.
Could it have been the weather that missed that?
It could have been, but it is that's a young man's job, man. Framing. Yeah. Right now, man, I'm getting up there in the years. My knees go out. I go to sleep now, wake up injured. So
Do you when you go to sleep, is there a certain place that you have to sleep at? You can't just sleep anywhere. Like I know when I'm driving around, like I can just pull over and lay in the back and crash out and then get up. But I'm hurting in the back. I'm hurting in the morning now though. Like I feel it. Yo, I'm 30 years old, man. Dude, my back can't handle
I
it.
hear you. Yeah, I used to be like that, just crash out anywhere. You know what I mean? In any position too. But yeah, no, man, I gotta have like for example. I used to love camping, you know, just go out there, separate tent, you know, throw a sleeping bag on there. But no more, man. I gotta have a bed, man. I gotta have some kind of, you know, softness.
Dang.
So
that's
yeah,
crazy.
I gotta have some certain mattress thickness.
It's got to be at least 4 or 5 inches.
Yeah, that's it, man. You know, none of these little air mattresses don't work too. One time I bought one, I fired it right, and about 3 in the morning, I woke up, I was flat on the earth, man. It was all the air leaked out.
Dang. Yeah, that's bad, dude.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that we met. I was living in Phoenix. I was still like I don't know if I was in high school. I wasn't in high school, no. But you and James were doing that show over there in Pinion.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, can I do an opening? I went out there and did a performance, and then that night I made my first, I think it was $300 really quick, and I was like, dang, yeah, I was making those shirts.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, real whack shirts, dude. People actually bought them.
I know, man. We our early shirts too are really res, man. Just real basic, you know.
Yeah.
Almost like hand drawn.
Mine was literally like I cut open a little stencil.
Yeah.
I put it on the shirt and I was just dabbing it with ink. Like
Oh yeah, man. I mean, that's how they start, man. Like those big bands.
Yeah.
They made their own shirts like in that style, you know, like in the early '80s.
Yeah.
Now they're like for example, I don't know, maybe like Guns N' Roses or someone like that. I'm hearing about that, how they made their own shirts. You know, just painting on a T-shirt. And people were buying them, you know. And that's when James and I first started. We would make our own VHS. Comedy CDs or whatever, you know, video, and it was just a real cheap recorded show, you know, so it sounds all jacked up, but people were buying them, man, and we, you know, they came out with those burners, you know, so we'd be cranking that reel to reel, you know, and one time we had a whole stack, maybe about 100 VHS tapes, you know, bricks, you know, and we sold them all at the state fair one year.
How much? $10
like,
each?
Yeah, like $10 something, you know, and we thought, man, this is awesome, man. We're making bank.
When you and James first hooked up to be like a duo, what were you guys' goals and your dreams? Were you guys trying to? We
were separate comedians. First of all, you know, we end up at the same show sometimes. You know, they would hire us for the same event, and so we kind of knew each other just as fellow comedians, and we got together by we call it Indian time is what started James and Ernie. They are late at this event in Tuba City. They're behind schedule, so they asked us as comedians to go on at the same time. And at first we said, "No, we can't do that, man. I got my own show. He's got his, you know." And it's one of those, you know, come on, please, I'll show them, right? So we're like, okay. So reluctantly, we went on 20 minutes. They gave us 20 minutes, and we just went back and forth with our comedy, you know, separate comedy, you know. And we did this little intro. Character intro where James in his comedy used one wig. He had a wig. He did something with it. I forgot what it was, but like, hey man, I'll use your wig. Check this out. I'll put on your wig. I'm gonna sit over there at the end of the stage, and he had one song. I think it was Prince. You know, one of the Prince songs, and I go, just do whatever. You know, I'll act like I'm a girl sitting at the end of the stage. I just found this old blanket and put it on me like this, like a shawl. And so I did that. I walked out, and people cracked up because I had that wig on too. So right off the bat, they were like, "What the heck's going on?" You know. And I put the stool down. Then the music started, and then I was facing away from him, so I couldn't see what he was doing. But the audience started cracking up, you know, and the laughter just got bigger and bigger and more. What the freak? I wanted so bad to turn around and see what he's doing, and apparently he was crawling on his hands and knees toward me, you know, and he stopped and he'd do all these stretches on his back, and he's just really sexy, you know. And then he gets up to me. I could kind of feel his presence right behind me. He's doing something. Oh, they're right here. They're laughing like crazy, man. I said, what the heck, you know. And then he taps me on the shoulder, and I turn around and go, hey, what's up? You know, my guy, you know, he's like, ah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he thought I was a babe, but I was a dude, you know.
Yeah.
And that was our first little comedy, little sketch, I guess.
Yeah.
And from there, we just went into our comedy.
And that was improv. You guys just made that up real quick.
Made that up.
Dang, that's pretty cool.
But we killed it for the next 18 minutes or whatever. It took him about 5 minutes to get to me.
So you guys only had like 15 minutes,
yeah.
huh?
So we just started firing back and forth with our comedy, and damn, the crowd just went crazy. Yeah.
Well, definitely shout out to all the people who support Ernie and support Jerickson, support myself when we're just trying to make something happen for ourselves.
That's right, man.
Like Ernie said, just right now, just trying to provide for the family and just keep above water and stuff. And I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for you and Ernie and then Jay Styles.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I would have been, maybe working in construction somewhere or something.
Same here, man.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't have this like a hustle mentality or an entrepreneur kind of thing, because it definitely was I definitely know I was leading into a different direction, but when I got that stage presence, that feeling I had on stage, then I'm like, this feels real good.
Yeah, man.
Feels
there's
really
nothing
good.
like it when you have a good awesome show like that.
Yeah.
Makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. So, before we end it, do you want to tell people where they can find you at on social media?
So I got Instagram, Ernie, then Ernie 3, but it's Ernie III. So you punch in that, you can Facebook Ernest David Tsosie, and I have also Ernest David Tsosie III, which is like a like page, and then Twitter. I'm on Twitter as well. I kind of just go back and forth. I'm not really in there like every day posting stuff. But I check it, and I'll post. I'm kind of like I only post something if I think it's uplifting, positive.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put anything out there. So I'm real. So you won't see a lot of what I'm saying is you won't see a lot of posts from me personally.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So, but I'm out there though.
And your YouTube channel too, right?
YouTube, Ernie's Good Medicine. Proverbs 17:22 is the entirety of it. But check it out. And I only got a few videos up, but more and more are coming.
Yeah.
I'm learning from you guys, man, how to put the posts. And so you guys taught me a lot as far as that goes too. Jay's the one that inspired me to do that.
Yeah.
He's like, man, you should try that, and I was like, okay. I didn't want to at first, but after watching him and everything that he taught me and you and your channel, man, I said, okay, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, it's really fun, man. I watched some of your videos. Actually, I watched all your videos, and it's gonna get there, man. You'll get a lot of followers.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm not really in a big hurry for that. When the more followers, that's cool. I'm happy people can subscribe and whatnot. But it's not like, please, man, come on, subscribe. Because I see some of those videos, they're like that. Like, come on, man, subscribe, hit that button.
Yeah.
And I know you need to do that too to get subscribers. But to me, I just want to put out good stuff, man. Yeah.
As soon as you hit that 1,000 mark, then you'll be able to do a lot more other things.
Right on, man.
You'll get there.
I'll get there.
Yeah, you'll get there. But this is Arrows here in Albuquerque doing another Grown Talk podcast with Ernie, my special guest today. You guys could show some love and press the thumbs up button here. Maybe subscribe. Please subscribe, please.
Do it. Hit it.
And then, just like the video. Share a video with your homies. And if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you do that. And then also go over to Ernie's channel at Ernie's Good Medicine and subscribe to his channel. And then also check out my other one where it's Sister Munson Yazzie. And I'll have more of these type of podcasts coming soon. If you guys want me to bring in a special guest of, I don't know, if you're choosing, you can comment their names down below and I can do my best to get them here and then just have a little grown talk discussion with them. But thank you, Ernie, for coming on. And thank you for letting my subscribers have a chance to get to know you and some of your history and stuff.
Yeah, man. I hope they got some good info out of it,
Hope so.
Yeah, man. Some good advice.
Hope so, man. You guys better have been listening. If you weren't listening, go rewind and watch it again, man. You can't be wasting Ernie's time right now. Do you have any encouraging words to share with the people?
Yeah, man. My tagline is keep your joy, happy heart is medicine for the soul, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones, man. That's what my Bible tells me. So as much as possible, let your hearts be happy and don't let your spirits be crushed, especially in these crazy times we're living in. So, yeah, man, keep your joy.
Alrighty. Keep your joy, ladies and gentlemen. That's all for the episode of Grown Talk today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys come back soon. And check out my merch at www.arrowsapparel.com. I got stickers, I got shirts, and I got hoodies in stock right now. Thank you guys so much. Peace.
Can we help you learn something? Can we teach you something in the conversation?